coin finds, and today I got some 5 cents and 50 cents. I just got back from the bank about, I don't know, an hour ago or so, and they had 50 cents, and I went to my large bank this time, not the little bank, and I got 2 good scores straight off. Got a real nice 88 tall ships in New South Wales, 50 cent Federation, so that's all right. That's a good start. And I got $14 of 5 cent pieces. Excuse me. Let me just fix up what I got to do here. I put my settings on. I take them off auto, and I mute it so I can't hear myself through the speakers. I got a real sorry. That's better. Yeah, so I got $14 of 5s and $120 of 50 cent pieces. So all up there's 520 coins. I'll see how I go. But look, I'm going to go in low range. I'll do the 5 cents first. This time, luckily, as of the 7 rolls that I got, none of them are 2022s, thank God. I still haven't opened up all the rolls. I think I got 9 rolls or 8 rolls of 2022. 5 cent pieces there, head, tail, and head. And I know they're going to be all uncirculated in there. I've had a few already. And I haven't opened them up still. I was going to check them. That's, looking for errors, not for the mintage. Yeah, so anyway, I'll get around to them. But this time, no end-to-end, tail, head, nothing. 22, so they'll be in there, of course, but good chance of finding something different. Because I mean, last time I got, what did I get? 7 rolls. There was only 2 to open. All the rest, the other 5 were 2022s. So that was a waste. And then, how you go, buddy? Wisey, how you going? Excuse me. Yeah, I just saw your comment, Wisey. Yeah, they're hard to find, the 2004 large head, 20 cents. They're not around like they used to be. I used to find them quite regular, very regular. So what I do with these is I just flip them all. Sorry, flip them all over. I got lattes. I got some latte thingies or macchiatos or something. Bit claggy with the milk they put in there. So yeah, I just turn them all over and knock all them over, and I just sort them into, I put all the 99s upwards I put together. So that way it's all I'm left with is, well, I'm basically looking straight away for the 72s. That's what I'm doing, and then I'll work my way up from there into the 80s, and then work my way up to the 90s, and into the 1000s and 10s. So if I've got a lot of these, I'll break them down again into the other effigies, but in this case, I can't see them from here with these glasses, so it's a mystery to me as well. 88s, they got the thick and thin variety on these, which is the font. That's the thin, and you can get a thick. You'll tell the difference if you got them. It's finding them. I thought I had a heap, but I've only got 1 set. That's all. So I keep that one. And when you're looking for these varieties, always keep the other one when you find them. So you got to have a compare coin. You can't just pick them out sometimes. They're pretty hard. 95, nothing. Nothing that side. Probably this takes the longest, is checking under the 98s. Oh, close, 71. A little bit off there. Too bad that wasn't any further. That's not too bad offset. Did another tilted die, flat there, down there. Hit that first and came down. Anyway, yep. 87, so we want the little, we're looking for the small echidna. I put a picture up on my Facebook. I put heaps of pictures, but if you go in the 5-cent and error coins, varieties and errors, you'll see a picture of the small echidna. So the small and large echidnas are the same. When you measure at the top, it's the same. Just the distance down here is different. The 72, it's the same size echidna. It's just that they cut one up high in the die, and the next time, excuse me, the next guy that made it decided that he'll drop it down a bit and do it here. So that gives you your small and large distance, but the echidna itself on the 72 is the same size. It's just that it's up or down. Whereas these ones, every other coin is a small and large echidna. None of the others are low and high. They're automatically low and high down here. But the small and large echidnas never change position up here. They only change it down here. Whereas the 72, it's both ends change because the echidna's the same and it moves. So all the books that say high and low, or anyone says high and low for the 86, 87s, the 85s, and so on, they're not. They're small and large echidna. 72 is the only one that is a low sitting and high sitting. It's the only one that they cut it in two different spots when they made the die. All the others actually made small and large echidnas. Big difference. Nothing there, nothing there. So nothing in them. You realise you're going to be around for a while with all these 5-cent pieces for me to check, but these ones I'll just get me trusty magnifying glass and see what's down here. Just looking for some errors, really. You know, there's low mint ones, but there's still the 4 millions, all the low mint 5-cent pieces. I don't think there's oh no, the 2019s I think are 2 million now. The JC 2019 is, but can't see nothing there. And then these ones, I don't flip them with the fingers because I'm not going to check them for rotates. Yeah, I've said before, these things, they get under your nail and they take your nail from your finger, or they break all the skin and you can't even touch. Seriously, it gets really bad. So I don't worry about rotating them, I just flip them over. Try not to handle them at all with turn them, because they get really bad. There's no way around it, really. I just check any SDs missing, any cuds, die clashes. Yeah, look in the fields is where you're going to be finding them. But they can take a while to check. I'm just scooting over. I should pick up anything if it's got cuds on it. And then there's the tongue that you're looking for too, that what it looks for, the little, you know, between the nose and the 5. It's just dye wear. And that bridge between it just wears down and it connects. And then I've got 2 that, well, I sold them now. They went all the way around to here with the dye wear all around the edge of the 5 there. From the nose onto there So you can get them, not just there, but down to that paw, that full length. I had two of them. They're gone. Because you don't see too many of them. No, it's just the that bridge one, that's it. I think they call it the lick error. But the fact is, I had a true one, two of them, because it went from his mouth and his tongue went all the way around to here. Probably got the pictures on there. I'll have to have a look if I've put them on my Facebook. If I haven't, I'll put them on. Yeah, and so and that's what their tongues are, really long. And so that's the two I had are true. They went all the way, not just that little bit, but that full 5 or 6 mil. Anyway, nothing that I can see. Probably talking too much. Do a look. Yeah. You know, I'm looking 2007 and the changeovers up there. You know, 2007 double-headed and the changeover die clash with the alien head or bug head. And everything else really is under 98. So yeah, just bear with me. Like I said, I would have done this without the camera going, so I'm doing it with the camera going, and how long it takes is how long it takes. And they're 5 cents, so they can take a bit. And a lot of people don't like, well, I don't know how many people are going to do these live because the length of time, but with me, I'm not fussed about it. I finish when I'm finished. Everyone knows that with my lives. They go for whatever length of time they have to go for. There's nothing I can do about it. Eh? If I didn't talk, I'd be ignorant. If I didn't answer questions, I'd be ignorant. And if I didn't tell you what I know, I'd be ignorant. So, you know, all them together makes videos go a bit longer, or well, lives anyway. So I've split them, and then I'll split them a little bit further. Look, we've got a nice batch there of 84 downs, and I'll zoom it up a bit so we can all, because I can't see them, so we'll get a surprise if I find any 72s. Not 72, but 72s. Or a nice die clash or something on a coin that nobody's found one on. That'd be good. Oh, glad that wasn't 72. 67. 80. 73, getting close. Come on, 70. Come on, 2 to go. 68. 1 to go. Come on. 77. It's like a lottery, isn't it? Calling it a bingo. Maybe we could have bingo and do it with 5 cent pieces, whatever numbers come in. 94, so looking for the large SD on this. Oh, that's one. Oh, it's that catchy one again. Really hard, the 94s, to tell. So I'm looking for the large SD on the 94, 91, 92, 93, 94. But the thing is, the 94 is the only one out of those 3 years that the SD is already big. And I've got to go and get my one that I've got. I've only got one, and I need to compare it and make sure that this one, that the S isn't different to the other 3, because on the other one, the S goes around, and as it comes to the top, it sort of goes like that straight, and then comes over like a cobra. Notice that it looks like a cobra coming out of the basket because the way it's elongated, stretched. But on this 94, they're already sort of like that, but it's large already. But the giveaway that I'm pretty sure it's not a large is that the S lines up with the D. Now I'm pretty, again, I'll have to check, but from my knowledge, what in my head is that the other 3 the S is a slightly bit taller than the D because the S has been stretched out a taller. So the 94 is a bit hard to confirm without having found a large SD 94 and keeping it, you know, or having it for reference, because you really do need them. Yeah, nothing on there. Yeah, so they're really hard, the 94s. 91, 92, 93s, no problems. Clear, distinct between the two. But I've always had problems since, well, 99, 2000. I've always had problems with that 94. You know, calling it a large, checking it, comparing, and seeing that they're, you know, they're like the 99 large heads and the small head. You know, the difference is very small. But the other three, 91, 2, 3, they're easy. But 94, not much difference with that. Just have a snifter. You can get varieties in these ones. I'll let you look at your books. There's a lot of them, and they're so small. I give up looking. You know, large heads and that. I've just given up looking. The only thing I'm looking for is that one, 2007, double head. 37? 17. I'm going to flip them all anyway. Nothing there. Yeah, there's tons of, you know, there's coins from the 90s right through to 2007 or something that, you know, they've got different SDs on them, or there might be a large head in there or something, or a small, I don't know. They're just too small. There's just, and I've got enough to remember anyway with looking at these. So if you're worrying about those ones I'm not picking up, that's because they're just too much. I'm not picking up everything that's in those books, that's for sure. I know they're there, but I'm just not doing it. They're just, you know, you guys can do them. I've given up all that stuff. I've done all that, and that's probably why I've lost my eyesight too. Is the strenuous checking of these 5-cent pieces. I used to. Man, I'd be every one of them would have it 20 times over it. That's how long it would take me to do every single one. I'd look for every single mark. It didn't matter anything I found on there, and I'd just given up. It's just wrecked my eyes. It takes too long. It's too much. Yeah. So nothing there. So now it's just straight to the ones that I know I can pick up easier, and so they're worth the while, that's for sure. I'll find it. Scott, how you going, buddy? First time I looked over. Wisey, Scott, Aaron, good on you guys, dropped in. Must be boiling over your place anyway, Wisey. You're copping it. Hope you got aircon. Oh look, there's one come on. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Now that's the one that you find the alien head on, the bug head. It's a bug. It's a bug, and it gets a point there and a point there, and he looks like a bug. Oh look, there's paint on there. Yeah, and you know the difference between that and paint. Is that? Oh, not that one. that's the cleaner. That one. Yeah, so that's not for, that's different. Yeah, yeah, you can just wipe that off. It just wipes off straight away with hand sanitizer. Anyhow, so you're looking for the bug on that in those spots, and it's a dye clash on there, and it's dye clashed. And what's happened is that there and that in there is what's happened on the dye. They've clashed, and it's left these marks in the dye, and then when it's minted, the marks are in the dye from the dye clash, and it comes down and it's hit here, and those marks have gone in like that, incused. They pushed around it, so they actually incused just like that, and they cause the dye clash and raised, and it's straight there and straight there, because it's exactly where those two are there. And you can see it there anyway. If you look, if you forget his face, there and that, on top of that circle. It looks like a bug anyway. So they're still low mint. They're like 4.8 million. Those. Yeah. Don't know if you see many of them around. I'll keep it there. No, I haven't found one. Alien antennas, not yet. But the thing is, they might be rarer than people that have got them actually think, or people that had them and sold them actually think they are. Because dye clashes can last anything from just a couple of hits till it fixes up to a couple of hundred hits. And or I don't know, it could be a couple of thousand hits. But they repair themselves. The dye clash, they'll end up hitting these coins so much that these coins become the hammer, and hammer that dye back. It's hitting it every time, and it just flattens out, you know, and it's gone, disappears. So dye clashes disappear. So the thing is with them, how long did the dye clash last for? You know, that's the thing, and that's the big question for any dye clash is, how rare is it? They're going to be rare, but as to how rare, no one can know. You can only go off the figures of what people find, but that's only every person that tells everyone that they found one. That's every person that's on the internet or somewhere to be able to contact and tell someone. So you still can't get true figures anyway. But they are short-lived, and being short-lived means that they're scarce. They're going to be very scarce, and those aliens could be even scarcer than people think. That's why no one's finding too many of them. And so, yeah, they shot right up in price, eh? From the $40 they were selling for at the start, that I remember. Pretty sure 40 bucks was the first ones. 82. What's in there? And see, he's a smaller echidna, just to show you. So 82. He's small. You can see the distance between the SD there. Come on. The distance between the SD and the bottom of the rim. Yeah, well, that's a small echidna. Let me see if I got. Yeah, and that's a large echidna on the 95. So that's what you're looking for when you're looking for the smaller echidnas, is that gap. That's the large. Now on the 72, you're looking for that. It's the same, but it's not the echidna for the high sitting and the echidna for the low sitting, which is the rarer one. When it's the low sitting echidna, the distance up here becomes bigger. When it's the high sitting echidna, the distance down here becomes bigger. That's the 72 only. But when they're small and large, when they're on any other year, it's a small echidna or a large echidna. The top distance never changes. Only the distance at the bottom. So every one of those people out there, and the ones selling them, that keep saying high and low echidna, they need to get their act together, because they're not. They're a large and small echidna. The difference is they don't change up here. Anyway, so there you go. Just a little thing on that, what to look for when you're looking for them and people are saying high and low. It'll be a small or large echidna, it's just that they're saying high and low, which is confusing to the fact that the 72 is the only one that's high and low. And we want to use the right terms, don't we? So no 72s. We've got 98. This one gets nice cuds on the fingers here of these and on here. Or look, always check these really carefully, because when they fill in between, I tell you, you do a quick glance and you don't pick up that they're actually not part of the claws. There, the fingers. So check them. They blend in when they're filling, when they're filled. They really are. These ones stand out, but this one I find blends in. You've got to check it pretty hard. 98. 98. Just get that angle on it, so that if you get that angle, you'll see anything happening. So he's probably got a little something going there in his pinky. I'll just check. It's probably just tiny. That little knock. That one. Nope. And then we've got 95, nothing for this. But still look for the cuds though. And anything else that happens on them. And of course then the other, you're looking for the 2001 flamingos in those from the 98s up. But that flamingo can happen on any coin. This is a die crack. Yeah, so these SDs are, the reason with the 94 is every time I find them, they're these, what to me is the big SDs. And the large SDs. But they're already large, you know. That's why. So everyone I find is large. So I'm looking at the odds of me finding every time large 94s. Well, that's pretty slim. So if you're doing that, must mean in the end that isn't one of them. That's the standard. This isn't really zooming in too good for it, sorry, but that might be better down there. Still in the camera. Anyhow, so they're already big on the 94, so I'll keep those two because I'll check with the other one. They're really hard. That's what, and you know, that's what happens with these 5-cent pieces with all those things in your books. There's a million things in there. Let me just look over here. Oh yeah, Scott. Yeah, he spent the antenna. 5-cent piece, his brother. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hi Stephen, how you going? Yeah, I don't know. There's only a couple of people that have found them that I've heard, that I, well, sort of know of anyway. They're existent to me, put it that way. Yes, but and that's because you know, I don't know if people realise that die clash fix themselves up. I don't know if they think they keep going until the die breaks or until the mint sees it. The mint wouldn't even know it had happened and gone. The chances of them would be that the quality control guy that's grabbing one coin every couple of thousand to take out and do the quality control under the microscope, he's got to be at the right time to get that. And yeah, they probably didn't even know till somebody started selling them. It's checking. There's plenty in there that you could be checking for your other varieties. But Man, this is going to take forever. I probably might just do these 5 cents, I think. And excuse me. Oh yeah, you got to, you can miss them. That's on the $1 though, eh? You should have picked that one up, buddy. It's a rabbit's ear on a 2000. I bet it was massive as well. And you check the foot to tail, because they have cuts there too, down on the foot and tail. If it's a worn coin, it'll be sort of flattish, but it'll be poking out in the corner between the leg and the tail. So I've done a quick dash around for the SDs there. Quick look. Yeah, these can take ages. And you've got to focus on each coin. The problem is your eye wants to get onto the next one. And so you can miss stuff. Unless they're like this, you got to look hard. Yeah, they take forever. Bye-bye. Alright, these take ages. Anyway, I don't do too many 5 cent pieces, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that collect 5 cent pieces, or check them to see if they can get money's worth out of there to sell. The 72s and the large SDs. Well, the alien, you can get it. And the flamingo. And the small 87 echidna. I did get the small and large 84 last week when I did the noodle. So they exist, the small and large 84 echidnas. I got one in one batch. They might have been from Willie's Milk Bar, I'm not sure. And I say last week, it could have been a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, that was a big find. That's the first time I found the small 84. Haven't seen that one before. It's always been the large one. But I don't know which one of those two is the harder, but I'm guessing it's going to be the small, but I'm not 100% on which one of those two out of the 84s is the harder one to get. Oh, I might split these up. I'm talking too much, not concentrating. Gonna have a slide on this material. Alrighty, what have we got? 94, well, I'll put that to the side. 98, oh, I should be a bit closer because I want to see if it's got cuds on it. No. 67, let's go this one. 79, 67. 88, looking for the thick and thin. Now that looks like the thick. That looks like the thick. Now I kept an 88. Is it or isn't it? Don't think so. Let me just check. No, I'll have to get another one. I'm not sure. What I think's happened is it might be a little bit dye wear. It's got a little bit of fat letters on it. 97, 98. No, 72. 98. No, 72. Oh, 94. Let me check. Yeah, it's like the other ones, they're all those. I'll keep that one as well. So they are the hardest to find though, the 94s, obviously. A lot of people might be finding them and keeping them and even selling them and thinking or saying that they're large SDs when in fact they're not, because all 100% that all 4 S's should be like a cobra. I call it cobra anyway. So there we go, draw time. So you got S, D, and then the one that you're looking for goes like that. Then it goes up like that, sort of, and the D sits down a bit, but it just not so far over, maybe like that. And I call it's like a cobra. It sort of stretches up instead of the round. That's what you're looking for on all of them. 91, 92, 93, 94. Yeah, so and so the 94 is large to start with. The other ones aren't. So 94 has got an actual another reverse to the other 3. So so those reverses they could use on all of them every year, you see, because you wouldn't know, there's no date, nothing on it. So whatever happened in 94, maybe all those dyes buggered up and they finished, you know, the standard dyes that is, and they recut another standard dye, but someone did a large SD or a big SD, because we already got the large SD. So anyway, that's what I think's probably happened. But they had enough dyes for 3 years, and then they made the 94s, and someone did the SD bigger for the standard. Geez, if that was a double head, you know, I'd be doing backflips. I can't do backflips, but I'll be trying. Did I check the other side of these? I don't feel like checking them. I don't know how many people get fed up when they're checking 5-cent pieces, you know. There's not much happens if you're not finding your varieties. You're looking for errors, well, they're in there somewhere, but they're not your everyday fodder, that's for sure. The everyday on these is, well, I don't know, not much. And that's the everyday varieties, you know, easy to find varieties and stuff. There's not really much. You've got to search pretty much hard on them. And I normally wouldn't use this big one. It'd be the other 7 times. Even now, like I said, I used to get down there with the 10 and 20 times on every coin. But yeah, it gets a bit much on the eyes after all the years. For years, it really does, and not good lighting and straining, and oh man, I don't know how many people have done what I've done with the 99s and the 2000s and that, trying to find the big large heads and distinguish. I literally spent years with those things because there was no absolute definites on them. Never. You had to research. I mean, you had to check every coin that you thought you had. And then when you thought you had it, recheck it again. Yeah, it's because they're so small, what you see one time might change the next time you look at it and you really analyse it properly. As I did with the 88s. I thought I had 3 pairs of thick and thin font on the 88s. And when I checked them and rechecked, man, not easy, I scoured it so much and I come up with that I only really had 1. That was all. 1. The others weren't. And that's because these don't take much for dye wear or anything and actually start getting thicker font. So yeah, that was and so anyway, just the point that you got to go over things many times. That'd be another underwater job. It's all nice, smooth, even. The rims are gone. There's no damage. Stays nice, and it gets that black bacteria, I reckon it is. That things that change to on the coins, they get that. But it'll be a water job. Anyway, let's split these, see if we got some. An uncirculated 72 just happened to drop in, and the low sit in the echidna. That'd be alright. That'd be very nice actually. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's a nice one, nice nick. What is it? 98, 96. Oh, it's got a cut on the finger, hasn't it? Is it? I know you can do that with the light on these when they are nearly uncirculated. That there can give you a false look when the light's on it. I've zoomed up now, but give it. Anyway, if you pick anything you see, I'll just always pick it up and check it. So we go here, we got 91. Now there's a large SD. See, look at the S stretched right up. See how close I can get. There it is. See how it's stretched? I'm trying to hold my hand straight. So that's the large SD on these, and it goes around, then straight up and curves over a little bit. So it looks like a basket with the cobra coming out. And I'm sure he's just a bit higher than the D. Oh no, he's level there. Alright, so that's the large SD, that's what we're looking for. 91, 92, 93, 94s. Now if we get the 94 that I had, and have a look at the 94, and you'll see that it isn't. It's way bigger, isn't it? So these are just the standard, but they're a larger SD as a standard than on the 91, 92, 93. The standard SD on them is in between those two. It's smaller, but that's quite a large SD. That's why it caught me off, because it looks really big. It's taken up a lot of space there. But when you get the real large SD, you can see the difference. Massive. Yeah, big difference. So there you go. So that's a 91. And those 94s, as I thought. But when you're in doubt, even after decades, put them aside. Make sure you check them. Because yeah, there's heaps of stuff you can't pick out straight away, and you know, you got to check them. That's all I can say, and recheck them. 71, 75, 88. So we're looking for that thick font. That sort of looks thickish. I've got to keep them because they're 88s. No, there's a 94s. Oh, you know what I just threw in? Oh, idiot. I threw in the 88s. I threw the 388s into that bucket. I thought they were the 94s. Don't matter. Whatever goes in, I'm pretty sure they weren't. Excuse me. 2008. Who I saw Peter J drop that in. Yep. There you go, Peter. Oh yeah, well I'm still going, mate. Yeah, well that's that's basically you can say that those coins, the water ones, in a wishing well somewhere, been in water anyway. I don't know why that one got in there. 83. Did I already check these? 98. No. Alright. Here comes the dreaded part. Oh no, that's not so dreaded. There's an 87. Missed that one. 87, that's the large echidna. I want the small. No, I've got another one's got in here. 97. I think I was talking. Yeah, I mixed them up. 89. Not much chop. Yeah, that's it this time. Nice 99. It's got the large heads on it. You can't be bothered with them. I think I've got a bit of a storm going on outside here. Yeah, it's hot one day, rain the next. I think it's 23 today, and they said cloudy. It's been raining since 6 o'clock. Nothing about the rain. Nothing. Don't know where the 7-day forecast went. 5 cent, New Zealand. No longer in use. Took them out. I think 2005. They had 2 years to use them. You can't use them now. They're same as any of the older coins, the 10 cents and all that. They're all pretty sure they all got put out of use. And this one, they gave them years to take back, or use them in the shop, and the shopkeepers to take them back. But they only gave them 2 years. So if you got all these, you can't spend them in New Zealand. So you can't use them. That's it. I don't think you can take them back to the bank. They gave you 2 years to do it, so I'm not sure. Like here, you can't take the 1 and 2 cents back anymore, I'm pretty sure, to the bank. You take them down to smelter, down to Sims Metal. Alright, let's see what we got split off. Hopefully we get a 72 in here somewhere. We got one, well, I'm pretty sure it was the last 5 cent noodle. I got a 72 out of it, which was good. You can't push it, they're starting to get under the fingernails already, eh? I'm not even turning them. Oh, well, not really. Let's look at these ones first. 90. Nothing. 88. I'll keep it with the other one. For that font. Pretty sure it's the T that I was using, the T on the top, the bar on top of the T for the thickness. The difference. Yeah, so that's what you want to look for, is there to the one thick, and then check the rest. That'll be the sign where you want to look for it. Straight first place. 67. 88. It's horrible anyway. 83. It's horrible. 80. 67. 80 again. And ringing. Last time was a 2008, 2009. And 80. An 80 what? What's that? 80 what? I don't know what that is. Looks like a 1. 81. No? 198 and a comma. Thanks to a nice hit. People probably keep them, you know, collect a bit of oddities or something. Because that wasn't, it was funny to look at where it had been hit. I'm going to flip them anyway, so don't need to worry about doing that. One roll to go after this anyway. So, these, that's right. They take ages anyway, you know. Like I said, there's a lot of people that like 5-cent pieces, collecting them and different things, so I'm sure they understand that they can take a while to do. And I'm trying to do them as quick as I can without just making out I am and run it straight over them. Oh, could have been a lucky 7. It was double-headed. Not much chop going on there. This one. What's going on there? That one. And that one. I'll tell you in a minute if anything catches your eye, make sure you check, you know. And those 3 just caught my eye. And let me just have a look. No. 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 That's right, they just caught my eye with the SDs on them that they might have been missing. But they weren't. Alright, so we're down to the last roll. And yeah, the 50-cent pieces, I'll come back on and do them separately. I'll have a break, put the washing on, even though it's raining. I don't know, make some brekkie, something, do something, and then I'll come back on and do the 50 cents. Come on, the lucky 72s, there's a few older ones in here. Second effigies. There's the 3rd effigy there. Alright, so I'm going this way this time. No, I won't. I can't push them. This velvet stuff holds them down. Actually, I've got a few older ones here, but let's hope they got something. I'm not looking at, oh well, I'm not looking at them, I'm just looking at their heads. Alright, let's see what we got. Split these again. So we got 6 and 7. Well, we'll see what we got here. Get a bit closer. 83. Now look at mouth. I think it's a cud. What's a hit? A bit weird. Probably a hit. Not worry about it. 70. Wouldn't it be funny if they had a Cook on the back of that, Captain Cook for the 70? That would have looked cool in miniature. 74. It's got the small echidna. And it's got a nice difill set. That's alright. Look how nice and clear the 1, 9 and 4 is. And the 7 is, that's a true difill. And it's really nice. The 7's sitting there too. It's just the shadow of it. That's really cool. Well, it's pretty low. You can see all those letters, all those numbers. Look, pretty low. Yeah, that's alright. No hits on it either. So no hits, no nothing. No finger wear, no nothing. Because you can't get to that without doing something on these. So that's another difill. Nice one. 194. I had the 200 the other day. I put a few on Facebook, difill coins, with the date missing that I said I had. All the ones I said I've had or talked about, they were on Facebook in pictures. I put, I don't know, 1,600 photos I put up, coin photos, so far, 1,600. Tons more to put on. And I think about 900, no, 6, 16, 7, 700 and, I don't know, 730 or something photos of FDCs, first day covers, stamp covers. I'll put them up as well. All Australian ones from 71 through to, I don't know, 2000 or something. I'll have to check that. There could be a tongue one in there a little bit. And I also put, no, this was it, a ton of English UK FDCs, first day covers, from 1978 onwards, up to, I don't know, 2000 maybe, or somewhere there, 99 somewhere. So there's 101 of them, 616 Australian FDCs, 101 UK, and one special one that for EPRIs, was number 51 of 800 only, first day covers, commemorating the war, and that's called the Dispatch Rider, who probably is one of the most killed people in the war, for sure, because they were sent off on motorbikes that deliver the instructions, and they had to go wherever they had to go. You know, so suicide missions, man, every time. So it was a tribute to them. So I put that on there, on its own. But so I put a ton on there anyway for anyone that's into Australian stamps or first day covers. That's a standard SD. Hasn't got that stretch on it. It's got nice curves, top and bottom, even curves. And that was the 93. 88, what's going on? Oh, that's a hit. Again, broad and thin. I have to keep that because, you know, I do catch her sometimes as being broad. Even that looks, that wider looks square. I have to check them all together. I mean, they're really hard, the 88s, with them. I suppose if I'd done circulators to work with, I'd be alright, but I don't over this. 84, there's the small echidna. So the 84, I had the small and large echidna. So it probably is, the large echidna is probably the scarcer. I don't know, I'll have to keep collecting them until I know. But that's the small echidna on the 84, and you can get the large echidna, which I found both in the 2 noodles back. So they exist, as I pointed out there. There's one of the few, well, one of the ones in your book that exist. So I'll keep that one because I'm not, I haven't seen anywhere where somebody's actually pointed out which one of the 2 is the rarer, the scarcer. No, 88, I'll just keep that with the other. That looks the thinner one though. Yes, I'm not sure, man. Oh yeah. All right. 97. No, hold on to that. Let's go here. These are the last ones. So unless we got, well, you guys know, if you do know, which ones we'll be looking for here. Come on. 2007. 3 rates. These are all coming with errors on them, but I've got rolls of them. Rolls and rolls of them. And uncirculated, yeah, you're going to find, yeah, small. That's where, you know, you need them uncirculated to find the minor die cracks and that you're just not going to see once they get out. And with the 22s, I've got quite a few of them. It seems nearly all of them, most of them have got errors to them. So they made 22 million or something of them. So they're not rare or anything by any means. Once you got a cup, 1 or 2 or whatever you want, it's up to you, of them. That's, you know, end of story. Because they're common. If you don't keep them there, you'll get them later. But that's not true. As I was saying, the uncirculated ones, you do need them because of the actual minute die cracks coming off the nose and the chin. They're not really, they're just slight raised splits, and you're only going to pick them up on uncirculated. And all down the chin, from the nose down the chin. I did a post on it anyway, real close-up photos for you to have a look to see what's on there. And that seems pretty common on all of them, where the whole chin, all the nose, lips, chin just runs all the way down and around die crack with all little cuts on with the die crack, which is basically what die cracks are. Cuds are anyway, just massive die cracks that turn into bits and dropped out. I already did that, didn't I? That's it. That's it with them. These, no 70. Well, they do this 88s for me to look at. What did I get? Oh, that's, so only 184 in there too, by the way, because I would have pulled them out. Yeah, I didn't see any other 84s, so that's the only one. Huh. Isn't that funny? The only 84 is a small one, so I'll be keeping that because I'm not sure. There's a small and large. I'm not sure which is going to be the scarcer, but that's the small. And then the other one you're looking for is this one, the large. That's the difference at the SD to the rim. Yeah, so they exist. I got last time, and yeah, I said I'm pretty sure that's the small's the scarcer, so it just might be lucky. You know, we're lucky. 84. The 85s, the large echidna is the rarer in the 85. So if they ran the small, so this is my theory, they ran this one first, the small one. So the 84, they ran the standard, I'm going to go, is this, the small. And then through the year, they went to a large echidna. And then in 85, they started off the 85s with the large echidna. And then shortly into 85, they went back to the small echidna. So in 85, it's the large echidna is the rarer. And in the 84, I'd say the large echidna is the rarer. It's they did an end run of large, a start run of large into the 85, and then went into the small again. All right, and then the 86, they used the small, but they went to the large very quickly. And so in 86, the small one is the scarcer. And then in 87, they went to the small echidna. Or they probably ran the large echidna into 87, and towards the end of 87, they changed it to the small echidna, and the 87, it's the small echidna that you're looking for. So there you go. If you got all that, and if you didn't, replay it. But you can see how the years ran into each other, and that the mint did small runs into the next year with the one that they ran off the year before. And the one the year before, as in this one, was large, small run into 87, into 85, went a small run, and then changed back to the small again. So the end of the year in 84 and the start of year 85, they used the large echidna and then popped back to the small again. So just did small runs of large in 87 at the start, 85 at the start, and small run at the end of 84s. But you can, if you look at the ones that are scarcer, you can see how they run into each other, and you can see that the mint, where the mint did a short run on them and the long run with the standard. So I'd say that's a standard on the 84, because the large on the 85 is the scarce one, and I dare say they used whatever dyes they used just finished with the year before. They started it off with them and might have not had much, many more strikes left in it. They used it up till it was wrecked, got rid of it, and they had a new stock of dyes, but they were back to the small echidna again. And so basically I'd say the rare ones are the leftover dyes from the year prior, and they did a run off until they were cactus, and that was it. That's why they're only short mintage and hard to find. So anyway, 74, that was nice. It's nice. You can see him, but he's not there. Santana's song, mate. She's not there. I love that song. Yeah, so it's there. It's there, but it's not there. It's gone. But the shadow is there. It's just a slight raise. That's nice. Yeah, don't see too many of them. Not too many. But that one's a nice distinct there. You can see that it is a distinct. It's distinctly showing you that it is an error, a dye fill error. Or I don't think it's dye wear. It'd be a bit funny if the 7 was doing that and the others weren't. But it could have been a shallow cut 7. They actually might have cut it, but that might be it. They mightn't have cut it deep enough. And it isn't dye wear or anything. It's just a dye error from the dude that cut it out. Because it's pretty symmetrical. It's all pretty good, just not there. So yeah, very good. And then the 88s, well, don't worry about them, because they're just looking. Yeah, well, the changeover, kept that there just for good looks, basically. Then we got the 91, with the large SD, and it's pretty horrible, you know. I hate throwing these back. They're not the easiest to find. You can see how big that SD is. This stands right out. And I've got to keep it. Sometimes you got to do. I might wash it, give it a spray. Just for the fact of having it. That's pretty good. Oh, that was a New Zealand one. Gonna be green. Yeah. Lizard man. Alright, so well, you know, that's included with the percentages here because it's all coins you find. Oddities, rarities, foreign coins, errors, varieties not intended for circulation, low mint. Yeah. So low mint, nice. It's in nice nick too. I like it, so that's good. Then the 91 large SD. So you got variety, error, die fill or die wear, or incorrectly made die. That's not supposed to be there. That's an 88, 88, 88. Oh, well, they're all 88s. Got 4 in the end. I'll forget them because they're just checking. So I got 4. So got the got the variety. Trying to remember what was on it. Yeah, large SD variety 91. 7 fill on the error on that one. New Zealand 5 cent and low mint nice 5 cent. So 4. Well, I'll tell you what. That's going to be pretty low on the Richter scale. Oh, and then 84. I've got to put that in there because I'm still not sure. I'm only taking what logically could be. So 5. So 280 coins. So 10%, 28, 5%, 14, 2.5%, 7. So you know I'm on 1.8%. Yeah. Return. That's really bad. It's a shocker. There should be at least, you know, I already worked out before this. I should have had. I wrote it down somewhere. 10 to 14 coins I was expecting. Yeah, 10 to 14 coins is what I was expecting to get out of that, and I didn't. I've ended up with 5. So that's way under. That stinks. You know. Yeah, and the reality is that one and that one. That's probably the reality. Is the small echidna 84? Because I'm still not 100% sure. The large SD and the die fill. So that 1%. Yeah, that's that falls short by yeah, well, 7 to 11 coins, that one. So not very good. So anyways, I'm going to go. But it shows what you can have, what you might find, and then next time I find heaps. But yeah, you just keep on keeping on, checking them. And you put them together, or put them there, and you go and get some more files and checking. Before you know it, you've got a whole pile. You can go through and start seeing if you can make up another thing that you want to start collecting, another theme that you could pick up on. So yeah, but you'll always find something. You're never not going to find anything. Geez, I don't know if anybody'd ever do a noodle where they just got not one coin. I just don't think that would happen. It'd only be because of pure choice of not taking one that should have been. We'll say, But yeah, that was all right going through because I do like checking the 5s because it's very good on the lottery side of things. Because that 84, it might be the one. It might be the scarcer one, the small echidna. But I don't know. I'll have to wait till I get more and compare. But I got one set already, so the large exists and the small exists. That's what you want to know, is they exist. And then worry about scarcities and that until somebody tells you or you find it yourself. Alright, so I'll be back later. What's the time? Yeah, 10:30, that's alright. I'm going to do some stuff. And I'll be back with 50-cent pieces. And as I said, these are what we'll start with. I've got them on top. Beautiful. New South Wales, 3 mil, 3.2 mil maybe, somewhere there. I think, or was that the 20 cents? Anyway, the between 2 and 3 million for those 9, and 43 million on the coat of arms. Pretty sure it's 43 mil. I think it is 43 or 27. No, the dollar might be 27. Anyway, you know, you got your books. I don't have to give all the figures for them all the time. The ones I'm pulling out and that, you know, well, I'm pulling out what I know is worth taking out. So it's up to you whether you follow suit or you do your own thing or take more. That's, yeah. But anyway, they'll be my first two that I'll open up. And I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 120 bucks worth. Anyway, 240 coins to check. So out of that, we should expect, you know, 12 coins at 5%. Should be expecting that, and then work up for better and down for okay, down to 3%, and then under that, well, it's not very good. But then if you find stuff like this, they go and bring that percentage into the other percentage range I've got at the 0.1 to 0.3% of finding the top coins. Good money coins, very scarce, hard to get, or in almost uncirculated top condition. They go in that category too. The 3 to 5% is top, nice, not common fodder, but you know, stuff you'll find. Anyway, that's my percentages. They always work, and they give you a good indication of, you know, if people don't know, oh, was that a good noodle, wasn't it good, do the percentage. And if it's under 3, no. If it's over 5, yeah. If it's in between, you're doing the standard. And if it's under 3, and you've only got 1 coin or 2 coins, but it's a mule or a rotate or an incuse, that's really good, because that puts you into the other category of the 0.1 to 0.3% of what you've got. You will find that's those ones, those money coins, those top really hard stuff. So if you only got 1 coin that was there, brilliant. That's equivalent to more than your 5% of the not so common fodder, but stuff you find, you know. Anyway, there you go. I'm going. I'll catch you all a little bit later. All right, have a good day, and ta-da for now. Bye-bye.